Well, good rising, and welcome back to Coffee Talk with Karen B. It's a pleasure to be here this morning. My goodness. Sorry for my tardy. Wait till you guys hear about what happened now. It's like the 100th monkey, but with all the woodland critters of freaking Carolina. They're all like, "Hey, go to Karenland. You want to be saved? Do you need rescuing? Go to Karenland." They're setting up an animal rescue. So, day before yesterday, there's this little baby squirrel on a tree, or at the bottom of a tree, crying, whatever. Ted picks it up, puts it on the tree. He's like doing the right thing, trying to see if maybe its mom will come get it or whatever. And so we leave it out there. And it was a cold night too. Let me just say, it was probably not the right thing to do now that I think about it, but it was a cold night. And the next day we go out there and that baby squirrel is on that tree just crying, like making this really loud squeaking sound. It's like squeak, squeak, squeak. And I was like, oh, that's that squirrel. Look at, there it is on the tree. And so it came down to us. We just kind of tried to talk soft to it, and it came right down out of the tree to Ted. And he brings it inside, and it's got fleas all over it. And I was like, oh my god. So I'm looking up online what to do, and I basically just took like a warm soapy water and a washcloth and gave it a little like bath and got all the fleas off of it. Well, most of the fleas. I was still finding fleas last night, but I think I got all of them, or most of them. Off the little fleas off the little guy, and then I, put it in a bucket with some stuff to keep it warm, and then I put it in my bathroom because my bathroom has a heated floor. So I just set it on the floor in the bathroom overnight, and it's alive. It's still there, and I've been trying to give it. I made this I looked up, how you hydrate it and stuff, and you make this makeshift electrolyte solution. It wanted nothing to do with that. It just wanted to curl up into a ball and sleep. And so that's what it's doing now. But man, I don't really know what to do with this thing. I don't know anything about squirrels, so I've been trying to find a squirrel rescue, but they didn't answer the phone, and so I left a message. So we'll see. If squirrel people call me back and they tell me to bring the squirrel in, I may have to end the show early. So fair warning. Excuse me. Excuse my throat. Because I got enough going on here. Remember the puppies? Yeah, I still have all the freaking puppies. I still have all these dang puppies. Does anybody want a puppy? Somebody come get a puppy. So yeah, happy Moonday, raised by gypsies over there on Rockfin. Good to see you. Nobody chatting on Odyssey. I don't see anybody at Rumble, but hi to anybody watching on Rumble. Earth first, space later. Good to see you. NDB, Rico's tinfoil sombrero, pimp moiled my foreskin. Puppy cam. Oh yeah, I gotta get puppy cam back on. I still have puppy cam. Where are Alan and when are we going on your show? Oh yeah, Shane and Alan are gonna go on the tinfoil sombrero. That's cool. 19 people in chat. Chilling, good to see you. Clayton Jacobs. Chi-Chi. Vincent, Loonman, Chilling, Aisling 717, Building Tano, Good Times for All. Raise it till you can get some meat off it. The little squirrel? I don't want to eat the squirrel. I don't know. I mean, if I was hungry, I would eat squirrels, but I don't really care to, like, just because I can. Plus, that's not really biblical. Bible says this is not food. So this is what it looks like. It's this little squirrel. It looks like to be like 7-8 weeks old. And then I had it wrapped up. This is right after I gave it a bath. Look at how cute it is with its little squirrel eyeball. So anyway, I'm trying to find a rehab for the squirrel. So hopefully that works out. You guys put that energy into the ether that the squirrel rescue calls Karen, so Karen doesn't have to try to rehab a squirrel and take care of everything else at the same time that I'm already doing with all these puppies. Sweet Jesus, help me. No, you don't bottle feed it. I got these medical syringe. I went to the grocery store, and I walked to the pharmacy area, and I asked them for some baby medicine syringes. You know, they're just little plastic syringes. So I was using that. I was trying to get it to drink water with that. It wants nothing to do with it. I think it was just like so freaked out from fighting for life all night the night before. Like now it just wants to. And then we brought it in late yesterday. It was like late in the afternoon. So it was there like all night and most of the day yesterday. So then we brought it in late in the afternoon yesterday. And I'm telling you, man, after I gave that thing a bath, and it just wanted to curl up into a ball and be warm in my hand and sleep. And so that's what it's been doing. And just right now, before I started the stream, I was trying to see if it would take some of the water, the little electrolyte solution I made, and it wants nothing to do with it. It's like, it goes, it makes that little sound, and then it rolls into a ball. So maybe I just don't know what the hell I'm doing. You know? I don't know what I'm doing. But I'm pretty sure if I just leave it outside, either the cats are gonna get it, or it's just gonna die. Because it was out on that tree all night squealing. So that's what's up. What do you guys think? Does anybody know anything about squirrels? The Bible says don't kill animals or any living beings. No, it doesn't. The Bible does not say don't kill animals. The Bible tells you to kill animals all the time. You sacrifice them on the altar. I don't know what you talking about. Have you read the Bible? My dad's made me eat squirrel when I was a kid. I don't remember what it tasted like. Lucas Williams, hello. You don't realize this yet is you have a pet squirrel. Well, it's illegal in my state. If I was in South Carolina, I could have a squirrel, but because I'm on the wrong side of the imaginary line, I'm not allowed to have squirrels. So, and to be, you know, as cute as squirrels are, I just don't need any more. I just don't need any more things to take care of. Like, holy smokes. Mommy Karen is tapped out. You know what I'm saying? Mommy Karen needs a break. Goat's milk. If you stop eating flesh, you look younger. No, you don't, because I tried it. There's wildlife rescue with you, bro. Yeah, Jana. I called, and then the message said to text the number and give your location and this and what's going on, and that's what I did, and a picture of the animal, and I did, and I've not gotten anything back yet. I'm trying to find somebody to take care of the squirrel. Yeah, burnt offerings, exactly. My version? It's not my version. I didn't write the freaking Bible. What do you even mean, my version? Are you a retard? You're a retard, aren't you? I feel like you might be a retard. My version of the Bible? The fuck are you talking about? Like, seriously. Make a warm nest area for it outside so it can leave if it wants, or go find its mom. It belongs outside in a tree somewhere. Well, we tried. Like I said, we left it out there all night. And then I was reading that if the squirrel comes to you, that's a good indication that it's been orphaned. And it came right to Ted. I mean, what should I do? Just go take it out in the woods and go walking around and look for a squirrel mommy who's looking for her baby? I mean, I don't know. Hey, Joe Mama. Christ. I don't really give a shit about that. Conspiracy, trivia, Chris, how do you even say that word? Or are you just doing more retardedness? Crispiacy is a new documentary debunking your Bible. Well, that's just great. I don't really care. I think it's hilarious that somebody would try to do that, though. I mean, and I don't know why you're even telling me that my Bible has been debunked. My Bible. It's not my Bible. It's just the Bible. Like, when I said that the Bible says you sacrifice animals and it doesn't say not to kill, I was just talking about the Bible. I wasn't saying that it was the absolute truth. So just fuck off with your I'm gonna debunk your Christianity, your Bible. And you should be a vegan and not eat meat ever, and, let yourself become completely depleted of all bioavailable proteins so you can become weak and look like Skeletor. Fuck off. Like, seriously. You eat what you want, but I freaking hate preachy ass people when it comes to that. You must do this, you must do that. Fuck off. I mean, seriously. Like, what an arrogant asshole to come in here and start telling people that their Bible has been debunked and you should not ever kill anything. Don't eat any flesh. And saying that not eating flesh will make you look younger is complete bullshit. It's just bullshit. It's just objectively bullshit. I read once that you can if you touch a squirrel, its mom can smell you and it's not interested anymore. No, I don't think that's true. Nothing that I read said anything about that. Crispy assy. New Moon, Karen B, do you still think the AE North Center projection of the globe is still viable? Yeah, why wouldn't it be? Like, if people think that the AE map is not is an incorrect map, then all the maps are wrong. That's what you guys don't get, or at least some people don't get it. I'm maybe most of you get it, but I think most people in general don't get that if you're gonna say that the AE map is incorrect, you're saying all maps are incorrect, like every single one, dude. Don't you get it? It's a projection. Projection. It means you take the data and you wrap it around in any form you want. You could literally put the same Cartesian coordinate system and wrap it around a 3D dick and have Dick Earth, and it would still be accurate. That's why we used to, remember years ago, we used to joke about Dick Earth. I swear, I feel like everybody forgot all the stuff that used to go on. Guys have very short memories. That's some bullshit. Hi, Thunder Chicken. I can swing 150. Hello, Mark Wood. The doggies are good. Here, let me see if I can bring them up. Let me see. I'll bring it up. Where's that stupid app that I have to use to... Oh, here we go, this one. How do I do it again? I've got a... Let's see. Screen share. Oh, here we go. Okay, now I gotta find Puppy Cam. Let's see. Oh, there's Puppy Cam's already showing up. Let's see if it'll connect. There you go. Looks like everybody's just kind of laying in a little bundle right there. Anyway, there's your Puppy Cam. Puppy, puppy, puppy! There you go. Live Puppy Cam. Karen is absolutely right about the projection. You can't falsify one without falsifying the other. Cheers for Dick Earth. Yeah, buddy, right on. Hey, Zack! Decimal Z's here. Hey, Flat Earthers. This is Zack. Remember your little theme that you had? Do you guys remember Zack's little theme? Hey, Flat Earthers. This is Zack. Man, those were the good old days, I will say. That was when Flat Earth was fun. Before everybody went full retard. Full retard. Hey Zack, you want to come on here and talk with me? Nobody ever comes on here and talks with me because it's too early. It's like first thing Monday morning and nobody else wants to do anything. Hey Flat Earthers, this is Zack. No one remember Zack anymore. Null Island projection, do you like that? It satisfies 24 hours sun. I don't understand what you're saying. 0 north, 0 east, Null Island projection? What are the puppies doing? They're playing. There's Mama Dog too, you can see the Mama Dog. Let me go to Zack's. I want to hear it. I'm gonna go to Zack's channel and play it now. Let's do that. It'll be fun. So you gotta go to the old videos though. Let's see.
Hi everyone. Today we're going to use AutoCAD.
Ah, you didn't start this video like that?
Hi everyone.
I feel ripped off. Where is it?
Hi Flat Earthers. This is Zack. Well,
Hi Flat Earthers, this is Zack. Let's see. Hey Flat Earthers, this is Zack. This one isn't what I thought it was either, but I like the music, it's fun. Let's see. It's this video. Pretty dope little... I liked your intro music, Zack. I want my own intro music. I still don't have my own intro music. Play the rap song? Alright. I'll play it. Did you guys know me and Zack made a rap song? It's hilarious. Alright, let's see. Videos. Where is it? Where is the No More Zack, Dr. Zack rap song? Where is it? Is it still here? Oh, here it is. Dr. Zack doesn't exist anymore. This is hilarious. You guys are gonna love this shit.
My name is Zack, and I am from Spain. I was born in Morocco in 1983. I have always been a good student. I also was good at a lot of types of sports, from gymnastics to basketball to swimming. I was addicted to sports and music. When I was a teenager, I had a fantasy about living alone, far away from everyone that I knew. But of course, that fate was not up to me. But I ended up leaving the comforts of home to fulfill this dream. It was a hard journey.
Oh, no wonder you want me to
The road
play
to
this,
success
Zack.
was not easy,
He
and
wants
it's still
to
not
show off.
easy. I suffered a lot, but I couldn't go back because I wanted to prove that I was man enough to stand on my feet. At that time, I still had my grandfather. He was my friend. He used to take care of me when I was attending university. He was a smart guy. He was my role model. But one day he told me that the earth was flat and I laughed at him for the first time.
Don't play all of that shit. Where does it start?
The voice he said to me stayed in the back of my mind, like seeing lands.
Where does the song start?
From a few inches above over the world. Then I met a girl. I was 22 years old. I created a new channel and named it Mr. Z to the O. And I don't even know why.
Let's see.
Months later,
You didn't give me a timestamp.
I never planned on making it. Someone had 1,000 subs. Okay. Then I met some.
Dr. Zack is actually Dr. Quack. Dr. Zack is not a real doctor.
Everyone is complaining about it, and I don't understand why. If a real doctor says the earth is flat, will you believe it? Just because you know for sure he is a real doctor? What's wrong with you people? From where I am, titles do not mean anything. It's all about skills. Yet, you shouldn't believe anything without testing it yourself. Just because someone has skills, has more education than you, doesn't mean whatever they say is true. You have to use your own brain and test things yourself. If you over and over again.
Oh, here it goes.
Now.
This is funny. Oh, fuck, Karen, stop it.
What you gonna say about this?
Here, this is hilarious.
Yo, his name isn't Dr. Zack anymore. You wanna know what his freaking new name is?
This channel was made 8 years ago. It was named Mr. Z to the O. Zack had to go cause he didn't have a goal.
Oh my
4 years
God.
later, he had to come back. He changed the name to Dr. Zack. Not to deceive you, you maniac, but to flat smack the bald card clack. Anybody who truly knows Zack knows he can never be a quack. But the freaking hacks keep conspiring behind his back. But he's always on track, even though they put him in an angle of attack. He'll attack back till you get the F back. Zack got the skills that you lack. You control, you could shill or affront, you could diss or abuse or refuse or disgrace. You could chase him, you'll always get slapped on the face until you go back to your grave in. You'll curse the cult you embracing. That's the fact that we enhance. His new name is Decimal Z. From now on, that's all you're gonna see. Decimal Z, Decimal Z, Decimal Z, Decimal Z,
Hilarious.
Decimal Z, Decimal Z, Decimal Z, Decimal Z, Decimal Z,
Decimal Z. Oh, see, we used to have fun. We used to do fun stuff. I want it to be fun again. It's not fun anymore. Can we make it fun again? Cause it should at least be fun. You know, if you're not gonna... If you're not... Awake Souls, yeah, you're a fucking clown. Awake Souls, you stupid asshole clown. Go fuck yourself. Okay, bizzle for shizzle. Never knew Karen was a rapper. I'm really not a rapper. I'm not a rapper. I'm not a rapper. I don't... Zack wrote that. Zack wrote it, and then I rapped it. I figured out how to rap it, and then I rapped it. And I recorded it, and I sent it to him, and then he made it into the little song that you saw there. I'm really not a rapper. Zack just made me do it. He put a gun to my head. He made me do it. Remember those 3D videos? Which 3? Yeah? Was that AI generated music? No, that was before AI was making generated music for public use. What up with Awake Souls trashing on any and everyone? Cause they're fucking losers. They're one of those people that wouldn't have a channel if the rest of us weren't doing anything. That's why. That's literally their only content is to just shit on everybody else and spread bullshit theories. It's like a prime example of the retardation of YouTube. A rapper-ess. Karen, did you delete the sun, moon, and zodiac clock app? Yeah, I did. Months ago. I did. Because that thing was doxing me. Now, David says he fixed it, but I don't know. Okay? I don't know. I asked him about it and he said he fixed it. But, of course, I cannot confirm or deny. Okay? Now, I had multiple reasons for deleting it. That was just one. Karen, what are you doing? What am I doing? I'm live streaming. Let me put puppy cam back on. Where's the puppies? They're on the other side. You know, I only have one puppy cam, so if they go away, we can't see it. You can see him kind of right there by the front, there by the gate, kind of laying down there. Looks like mama dog there, maybe. I don't know. Shit posters. TFE debunked, busted. Jaren is an implant. The game is up. Huh? Jaren is an implant? I mean, I don't know about all that. Can we not talk about Jaren? I'd like to go 1 week without talking about Jaren. Like, holy shit. You know, I don't want to talk about Jaren. I'm over it. I had no idea how many OG flat earthers I completely missed or was never aware of. The new wave of FE came in with COVID like me. Yeah. It's crazy, right? Like, it's funny how, but it's cool though, because that means that people are recognizing the bullshit. They're seeing through the bullshit, right? Because now, you know, I think it's cool now that we've run into flat earthers and they don't know who like Mark Sargent is or who David Weiss is or who I am or who Jaren is. Like, they don't know these people. And I think that's cool. Because that just means that, you know, there's a lot more people who are aware of the lies than maybe we think, you know? So that always makes me happy. But that talk isn't making it fun again, right? Exactly. Miss Decimal Z completely? Yeah, and he was like, that was like one of the first, he was the first one I ever talked to that was a flat earther, really. New flat earthers only know Professor Dave. No. No, but it's cool. But we do have a new wave of flat earthers, and especially, you know, with us missing Bob and Rob Skiba, having people like Alan and Shane come in and kind of take up where they left off with the more intellectual stuff, the more scientific stuff, the nerdy stuff, the higher math, the stuff that I don't want to look at. I mean, for me, I don't even need it. Like, you can tell that the Earth is not a globe without all that stuff. But some people require all that stuff because that stuff is used to convince people that the Earth is a globe, right? Oh, but look at the math. Look at all the math magics. It says Earth's a globe. There is some extraordinary work that has been lost or forgotten, some of the very best. Yeah, Zack split. No, not 2018. After 2019. Bring back the classics who are still going strong. We need to replace the goofy Effie who seem to be everywhere. Yes, Shane. I agree. Because that's part of what has been driving me nuts about what's been going on here lately. It's like people just, they just make shit up. There's too many people just running around just making shit up. And then they say, and then if you don't go along with it, they try to fucking gaslight you and be like, oh, well, I guess that means you think everything's mainstream. I guess you agree with the mainstream then. I bet you just think you live on a globe then. It's like, come on. Shut up. You know, you can't just gaslight people into believing your BS. Made up stories. But that's what these people do. It's what a lot of them do. And it's annoying as F. TikTok, right? TikTok truthers. Yep. Like that fucking retard. Fittest flat earther. That guy is a retard. A retard. Seriously, of the highest order. I mean, the guy has videos that says that Trump is Elvis. The guy thinks Elvis is Trump. And he thinks like every person is somebody else. And dude, he's just a stupid ass retard. You know? I just never got into all that TikTok stuff. I'm sure there's some good people on TikTok, but the majority of it is a bunch of BS. Skiba and Robbie were supposedly close. Not that close. Rob Skiba was best friends with Rick Hummer. Rick Hummer was close with Rob Skiba. Closer than Robbie. Fittest flat earther before you said it. He's the worst. Jaren was busting my balls on his show last night telling me he saw me talking shit in a chat and I've actually been sticking up for his Glober ass. Yeah, I've never seen you talk shit, Dr. Bass. Anyway. I want to talk about Jaren. Can we talk about something else? Something else. Hold on.
Based on... Hi, Flat Earthers. This is Zack.
And this is Karen B.
There, that's the one.
A while ago, Neil deGrasse Tyson
Flat
came
Earthers.
back with
This
another
is Zack.
video to debunk the Flat Earthers.
Why does your voice sound like that? Like, after a while, it sounds like that, Zach. What were you doing?
Hi, Flat Earthers. This is Zack.
And this is Karen B.
Yeah, because... Hold on. Because in the other one, you're like, hey, Flat Earthers. Let's see.
This is Karen.
And this is Zack.
Hey, Flat Earthers. This is Karen.
And this is Zack. Before you watch this video, please click on this link to watch part
Look at,
1.
do you see
It's
that?
very
Zach
important.
made little... Oh, wait, you can't see it.
There seems to be some confusion about the Earth's supposed curvature and how it
Here.
is measured.
Remember this when we were debunking Flat Earthers?
Hey, Flat Earthers. This is Karen.
And this is Zack. Before you watch this video, please click on this link to watch part 1. It's very important.
There seems to be some confusion about the Earth's supposed curvature and how it is measured,
Tried to sound more
as well as how we
serious.
perceive it. Some people are proposing that the curvature is more pronounced at higher latitudes. This, however, is a misconception. I can see how this can be confusing, because if you
This video isn't really relevant anymore because I don't think people think that anymore. But they were thinking some silly stuff there for a minute. So yeah, a great narrator. I stole a ton of your visuals for a Prez on Globuster Sunday. Yeah, Zach did good. He has good technical stuff. Yeah. Never thought there'd be a day when... Well, you know... So, let's see. How's this one start?
Hi, Flat Earthers. This is Zack.
Look at Zach was doing
Tell someone
ASMR
about
flat Earth
Flat
videos
Earth.
before I was.
Hi, Flat Earthers. This is Zack. When you tell someone about the Flat Earth, they usually don't get the point. So some of those who know a little bit of math, they start testing things mathematically, and of course, they get the results that are shown in the textbooks or Google or Giggle. And they think that it's correct. But they don't realize that everything is already calculated, and no matter how good you are at math, if you don't understand the game, you will end up doing what they want you to do. You will be trapped inside your own head.
The last video
You're
of
probably
Patricia
asking
Steer and Dave
yourself why I'm
Murphy.
saying this. Well, a few people wanted me to
What video? The one on your channel? Hi, Flat Earthers. This is Zach. I love it. I'm having fun reminiscing about all these old videos. Remember Zach made a video with Patricia? Oh my god, the sound on this is crazy.
Hi, Patricia. Have you ever heard about the flat earth theory? It sounds crazy, but it's true, right? Yeah, Zack, I am a flat earther, and the earth is freaking flat. Wow, I'm surprised. I think we have something in common. Oh yeah, you are right. I think we should hang out sometimes. Really? I invite you to my house. We can watch some flat earth videos together. Good idea. I think we're gonna have so much fun. Alright, Dan, let's go. Ouch, that hurt. I know. Oh, that's better.
What a weird video to make, Zach.
Hey, what's up, bruv? What's up, Dave? You know what, Zack? A little bird told me that Patricia Steer spent the whole night with you, is that right? Oh yeah, who told you that? A little bird. Who? A little bird. What a freaking stupid bird, man. Oh, check the phone, it must be her. No, it's not her, just forget it. So you gonna tell me what happened yesterday in your house? Oh yeah, man, of course. We just spend the whole night watching the flat earth videos, you know? Flat earth videos, huh? Ouch! Take this too, Zack. Oh, he's back. We will definitely watch some flat earth videos tonight.
We're gonna watch some flat earth videos. That's hilarious. You know what else I found the other day too, Zach? This is gonna make you laugh. Watch this.
With the earth, but I'm not spinning at all. Hi, Haley, I'm spinning at 120 miles per hour. How about you, Zack? I am spinning at 1,000 miles per hour, but I don't feel it. Oh, fuck.
Old school flat earth. Flat earth cartoons. Yeah, dude. Zach was making flat earth cartoons back in the day. Not hilarious? I got that. Dude, I have so much stuff that I've saved over the years from Flat Earth. I have so much wild shit. I've been looking through it and I'm like, damn, I got a lot of old shit. It's great. You too, Guru. Make some dope videos now with AI. Yeah, except I feel dirty using AI. It's so cheap and like I feel dirty using AI. Don't you guys feel dirty using it? Like it's I mean, it basically it's you know, it's machine stuff. It's and the creativity, quote unquote, that comes from it is just stuff that's been harvested from other humans across the internet, right? It's just other humans that make that AI. So it's just weird. Like, I don't know. I don't like it. I would rather not use AI if I could help it. I would rather make stuff, like genuinely create stuff from a purely human creation standpoint. I feel no dirt. You say all the time. I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm old. Maybe because I'm like a Gen X person and I'm like, screw this AI. It wants to take everybody's job. It wants to replace humans and Skynet. Haven't you seen Terminator? I wonder if they will reroute the undersea cables now that Jaren discovered the globe. Oh my god. I had no idea how hilarious Zack is. Yeah, man, we used to have fun. It used to be fun to do work on Flat Earth stuff. It's just not fun anymore, and I would like it to be fun again. And I don't want to argue with people. And I don't want to deal with people and their stupid made-up crap. You know, but I would also like it to be fun. We had fun. You know, we actually used to go do stuff. Remember before COVID hit and we actually went and like did laser tests. We went to Lake Balaton, froze our asses off. Well, actually Zack didn't go there. You weren't in Balaton. I was in Balaton. I froze my freaking ass off in Balaton, but it was still fun. It was still fun. Man, you guys cannot get over Jaren. You guys just don't stop talking about it in chat. Not all of you, but some of you. I didn't even watch his stream. I haven't been watching his streams because I just don't want to. I just don't want to. Your ass is still there. Barely. You know, it's a good video to watch too. Let's see. Is this the one that has the one where the sun can't be triangulated? Is it this one?
Today we're going to use AutoCAD to see if the distance between the Earth and the Sun is really 93 million miles. So, to the people who don't know what AutoCAD is a professional software that is used a wide range of industries by architects, project managers, engineers, graphic designers, and other professionals. It is very precise and it is supported by 750 training centers worldwide as of 1994. So, in this video, I'm going to show you how to measure the distance to the Sun using Google Earth, Time and Date website, and of course AutoCAD. Okay, now the first thing we are going to do is make sure that the radius of the Earth is 3,959 miles. Now we go back to AutoCAD, and with this command we draw a circle with the radius of 3,959 miles. Well, these are the dimensions of the circle that we are going to work with. Now we are going to choose two cities that lie under the same meridian circle. I chose Hungary.
That was the first video with Sandor. Which one is the one that talks about triangulation? It's not this one, is it? Which one is it?
The flat earth model had a big problem, a very big one, and I think we solved that problem.
How many of you think that the flat Earth model doesn't make sense because the sun would never rise and set, but instead be visible 24 hours a day? Welcome to the Steve and Dr. Zack show.
Now, if you ask any scientist about his opinion about the flat earth, he will ask you this: how do the sunrise and sunset work on the flat earth model? And the flat earther will answer, perspective. Well, that is not enough. I mean, perspective is just
Well,
a
which
little
one is
part
it,
of the
butthead?
answer, but it's not enough. So the scientist here debunks the entire model.
Is it? Which one is it? That's not it. Why Witsit is not doing anything? What? The one that has cones? Oh yeah, okay.
Well,
There we
NSA
go.
can track you by using 3 cell towers.
This one?
Your location can be tracked fairly accurately by someone who is measuring your triangulated points among the 3 cell towers. Now my point is, why don't we use the same techniques to locate and track the sun? Of course we don't have cell towers, but we got something similar: sun rays, in other words, elevation angles. We can do this either on a ball or on a flat ground. But in this video, I'm just going to show you how to track the sun on the flat ground only. So if you are a globe believer, this video is not for you, so don't waste your time watching it. I'm telling you. Flat earthers, there is a way to make a real flat earth model based on reality. If we do this perfectly, no one will ever be able to debunk us. So in this video, I'm going to show you a few things: how to locate the sun, how to measure the distance to the sun, how to draw the path of the sun, and how to measure the speed of the sun. Tracing the sun can help us know a lot of things, and the most important thing that we should start with is make an accurate flat earth map. No, it's not impossible. We just need to help each other. But we will talk about this in the future. And don't worry, I'm not going to reject the flat earth just because I can't draw the flat earth map. It's like a puzzle to me, and I am a big fan of puzzles. Now, to cut to the chase, let me show you a little experiments I made at home to make sure that my idea really works. But before I show you the real experiment, let me explain it to you. So what I did was measure the distance between the lamp and the ground using the elevation angles of 3 points and also the distances between them. I should have used the compass to know the direction of the lamp, but I didn't, because it's gonna be really complicated and not precise enough to measure long distances like the distance to the sun from 3 far countries. Yet, we're gonna need people with a compass in every place on this earth to draw an accurate flat earth map. And I'm gonna talk about this in another video. Now let's go back to the experiment. So if we are going to draw this in AutoCAD, and all we have is distances between 3 points and elevation angles, then we need to invent something to replace the compass. And I got a pretty good idea. So these are the 3 points, A, B, and C. I'm gonna need to place 3 objects on each point to get the shadows and to measure the elevation angles. And I'm gonna measure the distances between these 3 points. Now this line should go to the lamp, but in AutoCAD we're not gonna know the direction of the shadows, so what I'm gonna do is draw a circle with the radius of this shadow, and I'm gonna do the same thing with the other objects. Now any line I draw from the circles to the top of the objects can take us to the lamp, but to locate it, we're gonna have to draw like millions of lines from these circles, and 3 of these lines will intersect in one point, and that point is gonna be the lamp. But to avoid drawing millions of lines, I'm going to draw a shape like this, but in AutoCAD it will look like this, and you will understand this better when you see it in AutoCAD. Just stay with me. Okay, now let's do the experiments. Here we go.
Zack's channel. Here. It says Dr. Zack. It's still Dr. Zack is the link, but he called Dr. Zack doesn't exist anymore. Wait. Was this the video? Now I'm not sure.
Oh, let's switch on the light. This is between Madrid, Ushuaia, and Cape Town.
Oh yeah, this is the one. Link to FE Roundtable. Yeah. I mean, Jim, no offense, but like seriously, I've talked about every Monday we talk about freaking Jaren. Every Monday. And I just, man, I'm trying to not. But you guys really make it freaking hard. Everybody is just so butthurt and upset about Jaren. Like, who cares what Jaren is doing? If Jaren wants to think that the Earth is a globe, he's welcome to do that. You know? It sucks, and it's annoying, but he could do that. There's plenty of us who knew that there would be a 24-hour sun. There's plenty of us who have already known about this contradiction. We've already known that this is the fact, okay? We've known this for a while. And there's plenty of us who are still here and who didn't budge one iota because of that stupid wannabe final experiment. It's the final division. The final excrement is what it really should be called. Because it just left a big old pile of shit all over the FE community. But, you know, that was what their intention was, and it worked. Why? Because most people don't really do the homework. And I've already said this. People have not done the homework. You guys didn't understand the real problem to begin with. If you go watch my last couple of coffee talks, you know, and I know, whatever, they're long and annoying. You don't have to. But, you know, it's... Seriously. You know? A lot of us knew about this already. We already knew that the lights in the sky were that's how the globe was made. We've already known this. For some reason, now Jaren thinks that's a proof that the Earth is a globe. I don't know why. I can only assume that he didn't understand the juxtaposition, the contradiction of the sky and the Earth measuring flat and stationary, and the sky, if you just look at the sky, you see in a globular sort of form, and it looks like the way it is. But it's not. So remember back years ago when he did the star challenge, when he said, oh, you can't model the star trails on a globe Earth, but you can. And Steve Torrance did it. And Steve is another old school channel. Let's see, that I've looked at here recently too, because I just want to go back to old stuff because new stuff is garbage. It's hard to get his channel to come up though, because he hasn't done anything with his channel in many years too. Come on. I can't ever get that channel to come up. Is it at... No. Dude, I can never get his channel to come up.
Just the way I feel.
No! There it is. Steve Flat Earth, not Flat Earth, Steve. So look right here. Globe Earth Jaranism Polaris Challenge, 7 years ago, right? So this is when Jaren said, he put the challenge out saying that you couldn't model a star trails with a globe Earth. and then Steve made this because he knew. This is what we knew, this problem. I don't know why this is like suddenly a game changer. Okay? I don't know why. You're gonna have to ask Jaren on that. Wait, is this the one? This doesn't look like the right one. Is there only one? Polaris Challenge. There, this is the one that I was thinking of. Polaris Challenge. How long ago was this? 7 years ago. Jaren of Jaranism recently made a challenge to see if Polaris would stay fixed in the sky as a star trail pictures demonstrate. To test the theory, I put Polaris at the maximum distance possible, 2 billion miles away. The camera was placed on the equator at the prime meridian and centered on Polaris. In reality, Polaris is not exactly in the center as I have it depicted in this video. Polaris is less than a degree from the exact center, but for this test, I wanted to show it clearly. I've also exaggerated its size. To be clear, Jaren didn't claim that Polaris would stay in the center, only that he couldn't model it. It's easier to model accurately in 3D, and it shows that the rotation of the Earth doesn't affect the position of an object that is near the center, such as Polaris. In the second and third clips, I bring Polaris closer and adjust its size to see if the rotation of the Earth affects its apparent position in reference to the camera's center point. If it doesn't, it doesn't. The only difference is that you can't see it from the equator when it is close. You can't see it from the equator when it is closer because it is below the horizon. I don't think that matches reality, nor does it explain how there are reports as far as 20 degrees south that are able to see Polaris. In the flat Earth theory with a refractive Atmosplane, it is possible to model as I show in my flat Earth star trail videos, and here are some absurd facts from the scientism folks at NASA. Distance of Polaris 433 light years. How do they know? Alright, let's see if I can get to the animation here. So here. So anyway, he models it. I think the name is Star Trails on Flat Earth or something like that. I have a video with Steve Torrance where we show the Star Trail videos. Yes, I've played it on here, Zack. He put his child out there now and now he has shit on him. What are you talking about there? He put his child out there. For Maverick moments? I don't know about all that. I don't really care. And it's not my job to call Jaren out on all of his old bullshit. I really don't care. I feel like there's way more productive things to spend time on than worrying about Jaren and his bullshit. Seriously. Who cares? Come on, you guys. Come on, come on, come on. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. The whole issue, we so measured and tested the ground, we could touch and verify lights and optics have too many variables when dealing with them in the sky. Yeah. The anti-flat earth rhetoric does seem to be very social credit score and censoring forward the dangerous cult label, and you should have no say or claim any science. Seems stuff in works, huh? Hey, Ben. Hail! Oh, cool.
Hi, Flat Earthers. This is Zack.
And this is Steve. In the previous video, we gave you an introduction on how the refraction in the atmosphere, or the Atmosplane,
Yeah, I think I've
was the
played this one,
solution
but
to the
we can play
various
it again.
visual problems that were not working on flat Earth models. If you haven't watched that video yet, click on this link to watch it now.
Today we're gonna explain a little bit more by
Okay.
showing you the star trails from different
Out them. They out themselves. They out themselves. I don't have to out anybody. Why is that my responsibility? Can somebody please make it make sense? Why is it my responsibility? I can only be responsible for myself, you guys. For myself. I can only focus on what I do in myself. I have no control over anybody else, and I really don't care to make it my business to go around exposing people. Okay? I just find I have absolutely zero desire to do that. If you want to go expose him, you go do that. You do that. Okay? I don't want to do that. I can't be fucking bothered.
Locations on the flat earth. Many people thought that the video we showed before was not enough to prove that refraction is the reason why the sun rises and sets, and many others thought that refraction would make the apparent sun appear higher up instead of down. So to make this clear, let me tell you that what we did was add the atmosphere to the flat earth model in Cinema 4D. And Cinema 4D made the apparent sun go down, not us. So if there is anything wrong with this, then it will be Cinema 4D's fault. If you disagree with the software, please send them an email and see what they will tell you. Now picture the sun is above you and the last layer of the atmosphere or Atmosplane is a lot closer to you than the sun. The refraction will happen until the last layer of the Atmosplane, which goes to the ground, right? So looking at the sun from the ground through the Atmosplane can make the apparent sun appear lower instead of higher. And if you look at it this way, the apparent sun will appear higher, right? But this is all incorrect. What you will see from the ground is the apparent sun only. So whether it appears here or there, it is always lower, and the real sun is always higher. Now the question is, what makes the sun go down as it moves away from you? There are a few theories about this, but they can all be wrong. But let us explain one theory. If the Atmosplane is only 5 miles up, and the apparent sun is right above it, then yes, perspective can make the sun go down in less than 7,000 miles away from the observer. And this will make the flat earth model work. But you and I believe that the Atmosplane or atmosphere is a lot thicker than that, therefore perspective would help a little, but not a lot. So if the real sun moved to the west for about 4,000 miles, how would the apparent sun look like from the observer's perspective? We can guess, but we will not know until we make a...
I think I'm just gonna make Jaren a blocked word in my chat. How do I do that? How do I block the word Jaren in my chat? I'm serious right now. I want to just block it. Just want to block the word Jaren. I mean, come on, you guys. Was Jaren your savior? Was Jaren your boyfriend? Was he the love of your life? Was he your messiah? No! So fucking stop, dude. Seriously. It's just not fun anymore. It's not fun anymore. I mean, seriously, it's not freaking fun anymore. Because everybody just wants to cry about goddamn Jaren. Make someone managing moderator, they can block specific words. I have some managing moderators. Ben, you're a managing moderator. You are a managing moderator, Ben. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Blocked words. Let's see. All right. Now, let's try it. I don't know if it'll start working right now or not. How do I get back into where I was? Okay, Thomas Morgan, you're spelling the wrong Jaren. That's Jaren Nodell's spelling. Can be open YouTube Studio, select settings, blah, blah. Okay, I just did that. Okay, you're getting timed out for 5 minutes. I'm not playing. I don't want to fucking talk about fucking Jaren anymore! God damn, dude. I'm just gonna turn the stream off because I'm fucking over it, dude. I don't want to hear people whining about Jaren anymore. If you are upset about Jaren, go fucking whine to Jaren or to somebody who cares. Because Karen doesn't. Dude, seriously, I'm so over it. Anyway, my phones are open if anybody wants to call, and don't fucking call me asking about Jaren. Like, seriously. You guys are bumming me out. I was in a good mood. Now I'm just annoyed. Fuck. Give us your take on the fires. Well, there was this hurricane that came around a couple of months ago and it knocked a whole bunch of shit over. It knocked a ton of trees over. Like, I never seen so many trees and stuff blown over. Okay? So there's a whole bunch of dry, dead wood that's been dead, you know, dying now for a few months, and now it's getting drier. It's been dry, and things caught on fire. That's what I think. You know, because unlike most people who think that everything, like absolutely every little nitpicking thing that ever happens is staged or planned or by design, I actually do understand that we live in a wild natural realm and that occasionally there are some natural disasters that happen. Things happen because nature is that way. I mean, it's like, no, there can never be any natural disaster. There can never be any human error. There can never be anything that just is a bad thing that happened, an accident. Oh no, that was all by design. It's a land grab. They want all, you know, it's like, come on. You know, I don't want to be that way. I don't want to be one of those people who walks around and like absolutely, without exception, every single thing that comes across my path is a conspiracy or, you know, by design or some plot. It's just a really dumb, paranoid way to live. And I don't want to be that person. You know, I just don't think it's psychologically healthy to be walking around like that. So that's what I think. The dude went and did an experiment and reported results he didn't like. He raised in my respect for that. Who are you talking about? Are you talking about Jaren? Heard I-40 is opening back up. Yeah, I heard that too. They told us it would take years, Ben, so it's kind of surprising that they are opening it back up already. Myrtle Beach slated for a smart city was in the news long before the fires. Yeah. And plus, it's not Myrtle Beach that's on fire, it's like outside of Myrtle Beach. So, let's see. Carolina fire maps show where blazes burning in South Carolina. So, down here. So here's Myrtle Beach. But see, it's off the coast. It's not actually proper Myrtle Beach proper. It's outside of Myrtle Beach. And then there's some here in the mountains where things got all knocked over. This part right here, Tennessee, Western North Carolina, like this section right here that got hit the hardest by the hurricane, right? It literally deforested sides of mountains. Okay. So that is why shit's on fire now. Of course, everybody likes to go back and say that the hurricane was a manifested storm, or it was a geo-engineered storm. I don't know. I know that there have been hurricanes have been going on for eons, right? Like, storms happen. That's what happens. That's just how this place works. It's not like there were no hurricanes all throughout history, and then all of a sudden, this last century, when they started making them, that's when hurricanes came about, If the world is thousands or millions years old, how can we be sure what nature even is? I mean, I guess. See, I don't know. I think you can try to go too far back in time. You're never gonna know. Listen, I'm sorry about the hurricane. Should have known better than to invite me. It's funny. They did. They had all kinds of compasses. Horry and Georgetown counties in SC, and the fires in the upstate of SC, parts of NC. Tryon is ablaze. Yeah, Tryon, which is not that far from me, has a fire. Let's see. Polk County. I think that is Tryon. Let's see. Pickens County.
Caused damage to the side of this house.
Now we're going to turn to the wildfire emergency in the Carolinas. More than 100 fires burning. Our Stephanie Ramos is on the scene in Myrtle Beach. Good morning, Stephanie.
I'm out of coffee.
Michael, good morning. You can see smoke has fully consumed this area. The visibility and air quality is awful. But take a look. You can also see that the fire charred the ground here in this residential neighborhood, also caused damage to the side of this house. But crews were able to quickly extinguish those flames before it engulfed this entire neighborhood.
Overnight, a wildfire emergency in the southeast. At least 175 fires burning across South and North Carolina, forcing residents to evacuate in both states. The flames visible from a passenger plane flying over. one of the largest fires threatening communities near Myrtle Beach. A wall of fire burning down on homes near the Carolina forest, leaving hundreds of trees charred.
The largest brush fires erupted here in Carolina Forest. We're just west of Myrtle Beach. Fire crews are positioned here and across this area trying to put out any flare-ups.
The South Carolina National Guard deploying 2 Black Hawk helicopters to help fight the flames. Emergency personnel racing to extinguish the fire too.
We looked out our kitchen window and you could see the flames as high as the trees.
So NDB is full conspiratard, huh? Karen, the hurricane literally hit the exact area of Flattoberfest on Friday on the opening weekend. Actually, it didn't. We were on the outskirts of it. Asheville got hit the hardest. Remember, Asheville is the one that got flushed down the toilet, not where we were. Actually, it was 100 miles west of us that got hit the hardest, not where Flattoberfest was. Yes, it screwed up my event. Yes, it sucked. But we didn't get direct hit. This is why you keep 100-foot clearance from your home when you live in a forest. Phew. Well, I don't have that. Although Ted and I have been trying to work towards clearing more trees out around the house. Don't follow Crumb. Oh, is Crumb here? Hey, Crumb. I'm a huge fan of Uncharted X and his take on granite vases, which they've scanned and seen they're made to perfection and are dated thousands of years old. Check him out. How can they say that they're thousands of years old? Thank you for calling Coffee Talk. You're on with Karen B.
Yeah, this is Dennis. I was just going to say the Hurricane Helen didn't hit Flattoberfest because you bitch slapped it over to the west 100.
I mean, it did make it so we couldn't get into the venue, which sucked. But we were not...
Wait, they did it all right anyway.
Yeah.
I know you were a little bit, what's the word, demurred or so the first day, but it was good. It was good. I still would have come.
Well, it was rough because I couldn't even get out of town because there was like so many people trying to get gas and I didn't have gas to get down there. Like that's why I couldn't, and all the cell phone towers were down and I really couldn't contact anybody except for whatever reason, Cammie. So Cammie's like telling me, she's like, why aren't you posting? And I'm like, I literally can't. How am I even messaging you?
Reliable.
Yeah.
you lost power. I got a hotel room there. I wasn't planning on it, but I got a hotel room and Brian Stapley needed to wash off the morning. So I was like, I let him in and I saw a text. I think it's on your Telegram channel from you that said, and I read it to him and it was like, I don't even know what to do anymore or something to that. I don't know what to do. And I was like, I'm just, how do you say it? I'm laughing with you, not at you. But just at that moment, it's like, it's like to Brian, would you have posted that? No. Even if you thought that, maybe not. It might have been true, but don't say it.
Oh, what? When I said anyway, I didn't know what to do?
Yeah, you posted on Telegram. I don't know what to do.
I mean, it was a freaking hurricane. How am I not allowed to have a human moment and admit that I don't know what to do because there's a freaking hurricane?
Yeah. I this is what came to my mind, and this may seem off subject, but it reminded me that I lived in Greece for like 2 years back in like 2006 and 2007, and there was this. I was in Greek monasteries, and there was this little church community, a synod, and they had a schism. They split over this issue of icons. Well, anyway, there was this one monastery, not the priest there, but there was this monk who usually ran everything. He was, I don't want to say bossy. He was a good guy. He was on top of everything, kind of like you are with Flat Earth, for example. And then with the priest, it was a moment when they were all born into the I would say when the schism happened, they weren't on it. They just followed people that they were with. But the priest found out both sides. He looked into it deep, and he realized that they had gone with the wrong side, and he changed sides, and there was a lot of controversy. The priest, he was in his moment, but the monk who usually ran everything, like his right hand man, was a guy who hated him for leaving. He disagreed with him, and he went to interview him at that time, and he went and asked that monk at that particular moment. He was like, what's the deal? What's going on? He was like, I don't know what the truth is right now. That's someone who would never say that, but at that moment, he quoted him as, I don't know, if you knew these people, it was funny, because he's not usually like that, but he was like, I don't know what the truth. It was the same thing as you saying at that particular moment, I don't know what to do. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Are you still there? Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, I got one quick question. I got a call, but I'm going to ask a question. You could even ask or answer after I get off. I got trees in my front yard. I bought a house late last year, and they were because you know about. I mean, I think you got several acres or what have you, and you're talking about down trees. Well, anyway, we had some in the previous house owner had planted. They'd grown big, and we want them to go away. And there were ones in our yard on our side of the sidewalk. We cut them down, and we've taken care of it. There's 3 though that are between the sidewalk and the street that they're technically on city property. We want them to go away, and the neighbor wants them to go away. And he suggested something to me. He said putting salt around the base of them, it'll kill them. And that way the city, when they become dead and dangerous, the city will come cut them down for free. But do you know anything about that? And if that's so, I haven't looked into it, but what kind of salt should I use? Or do you have any, or do you or anybody has info about that? If you put salt around the tree, around the roots, around the base of it consistently, like once a week or whatever, that'll kill it off. Is that so?
Yeah.
Do you know anything about that?
Yeah, probably. It probably would. Salt. Yeah. If you put salt, like you can use salt to stop weeds from growing and stuff, but it also stops everything from growing. So I think you can do that. But then that ground is going to be all salty. And I don't know how long it takes for that to go away. So if you want something else to grow there, it's probably not the best thing to do. But if you don't care, I guess you could do it that way.
Yeah, because I mean, we could. The tree won't. We want the trees to go away. They're a big hassle. It's not in our yard. It's between the road and the sidewalk. Anyway, I'm guessing after that would be a whole process. It would take time. But after it was completed, we could just, dig up that area and put new grass and just toss it in throw it away, all that gravel, like several inches of it, and put all new gravel without salt once it was done. But okay, so I didn't know that about salt. Salt will kill weeds and everything. That makes everything that all makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So I know that's way off topic of Jaren and all that stupidity. But
anything that's not Jaren is fine. Anything that's not Jaren is fine.
I got you back. I'm good. I just incidentally, I started a fast today. It's meant to go 7 weeks, and when it's with the church, it's Lent. So when no meat, no dairy, and actually, if I can do it, the first 3 days are supposed to be just like in the book of Jonah in the Old Testament, where Nineveh fasted with no water, they're talking about no animals, no nothing. And so until Wednesday evening. But anyway, for 3 weeks, no meat, no dairy. no oil, no booze. But I'm going to Alaska to get baptized in for Pascha or Easter, so that'd be like mid-April. So looking to go. My wife and I go back. We were married in the government, but we're not married in church yet. But we're both going to get baptized, and then we'll get married in church on a subsequent trip. But we're going to how do you say? We're going to Alaska. So
Cool.
Maybe if we do get married in Oregon later, maybe I could invite Mark Sargent, because he's it's not so far away. Anyway, that's all I got.
All right, cool. Thanks for calling.
We'll see you
later. So what did you want me to play, Zach? Let's see. What is this? This is the same
Hi,
video
Flat
we were just
Earthers.
looking at?
This is Zack.
And what did you say? Go to 8 minutes? 8. We'll go right before 8 minutes.
Doesn't lines up, and the angles of the stars are accurate and they match modern science. We didn't make them up. And that Excel sheet.
Thank you for calling Coffee Talk. You're on with Karen B.
Hey, Karen, it's Glenn. I just on the salt subject that your caller just brought up. Shout out to Joe Hanby if he's listening. Salt was saline water bodies were in Scripture. Highly saline water bodies are the waters that were parted in the Scripture. That is specifically the Jordan River and the Yam Suf, the Red Sea. So Joe Hammy might want to keep that in mind, and that we, according to Scripture, we live in a bubble. So anyway, and then before Zach and Shane take off, I just want to, they should know already, but there's some serious opportunity here for some synergy with this brain power. I hope Zach sticks around. I was briefly in contact with him with an email. He was responsive, I remember.
Mm-hmm.
Real nice guy. But there's some serious opportunity for synergy here between Al, Shane, Zach, and 2 or 3 others. I mean, there's a real opportunity. It's really exciting to see this develop. But I had a couple things to just quickly. This round table you guys had. I had a couple points to make on that. I just had it pulled up here. Okay, there's been talk about building buildings level around the world and all this. Okay, for anybody talking about building Home Depots level next to each other all the way around the world, building code allows for 1/8 of an inch variance per 10 feet. Okay, and given that, you could make a concave Earth, you could make a Earth of a smaller diameter than the Earth that is proposed. You can make a flat Earth, so that doesn't cut it. I'm with the comment about possibly stacked magnetic field poles. That might be the structure of the magnetic fields. That kind of repeats what I mentioned a couple of weeks ago to you about that possibility, that the poles themselves are stacked vertically. On the 13,000-foot dome, I saw a reference to that. I can't remember where, but that was reference to a terrain feature. And I have the coordinates to that terrain feature. If you want them, you can email me. But it's a terrain feature. It's the location of Dome F, or Dome Fuji, it's called. It's also called Valkyrie Dome. Also, for anybody researching Antarctica, when you see the word dome, don't mess your pants right away, because we have this reference, and also at various locations they build structures in a dome shape. Okay, because of the winds. So that's just a note to keep in mind. I mean, we all have our ears open for dome, but That's just something specific to Antarctica when it comes to domes. There's other forms of domes that occur there. As far as the reason for the planes showing higher altitude than actual, there was reference made to the altitude being the altimeter showing a much higher altitude than actual. You know, altimeter works on barometric pressure, and as I pointed out, I don't know, a month ago or so, barometric pressure in Antarctica is super low. So basically, it's faking out the altimeter, and it thinks it's higher than it is. You know, so that would be that's not to. I'm not trying to dismiss the possibility of the dome, you know, an existing dome being a reason for it, in part, but the barometric pressure down there would definitely fake out the altimeter, and anyway, that's just let's see what else. Oh yeah, as far as chartering, there was talk about chartering a boat to. I suggest everybody Google the Southern Ocean. It's not something we were taught about in school. It's the roughest seas in the world, so you're not talking about a love boat cruise. If you want to charter a boat down there, good luck to you. Not just that, but they're not going to take you. They're going to take you where they want to take you. They're not going to take you where you want to go. But those are just ideas, and I would really appeal to Zack to stick around, man, and let's get some teamwork going, and there's so much potential here. Thank you for taking my call again.
Yeah, sure. Thanks for calling.
Bye.
Bye. And yes, Decimal Z, Zack, I think he's talking about you, because we've been playing your videos. And we know Zack Zabala is also smart. We have a lot of smart people still with us, so we're good. We're good. Dome in Antarctica is just referring to mountains, yeah. Been waiting over a year for rock salt to rot roots out of my sewer pipe, still clogged. Oh wow, really? I have a great flat earth argument that nobody else talks about, but need someone who's good at making videos to help me, because it would help to have visuals. Well, what is it? See, that shows the stars that go around Polaris appear to turn around in Antarctica when we look south, but in reality they're still turning around Polaris. Well,
On the left side of the screen, it shows all the data that we used. You can find it in the description. Here is a south view of the stars on the flat earth with the Atmosplane added. Now this should be enough for some trolls to see that wherever we are on the flat earth, the sun and the stars will rise and set. And if they don't look like real life, then please try to understand that by adjusting the map, and the heights of all the objects in the sky can fix the problem. We still don't know for sure the heights of everything, and we still don't know for sure how the real map looks like. The point is that the atmosphere or Atmosplane makes everything in the sky rise and set in Cinema 4D. If you think that the atmosphere should make things go up instead of down, then please talk to Cinema 4D programmers.
Here is something that we're going to talk about in the next video. When the Atmosplane was added, the first thing that we noticed was that spheres looked oblong when viewed through the refraction.
if you were talking about me, I'm not going anywhere, brother. Yeah, Zack's not going anywhere. He got nothing better to do. He's got nothing better to do. Look at the farthest star. Do you want to just call? You can call on Messenger. People will hear you if you call me on Messenger. Oh my God, Zack. What is this? What is this? Dr. Zack? Save us from these ex-flat earthers. Look at Zack likes to make cartoons. Fucking funny, dude. What are you doing? I guess I don't understand why adding salt to your water would make roots disappear. If we had more stars modeled, they would look like they are turning around the South Pole. Anyway. My brain is fried. All these dang animals. All the stuff that's been going on. My brain is just fried. I don't know what he did. This probably, is that probably AI something. Looks like AI something that he used. Use lie. Oh, lie. That's pretty caustic, though, yeah. Know why it kills plants? It raises the electroconductivity and the plant dumps its water. It's the psyop within the psyop to create division. Yeah, it's dumb. Are there any videos of people using a compass at the South Pole? You mean from the recent Antarctica trip, or outside of the Antarctica trip that was done with Jaren and them? With he who cannot be named. Thank you for calling Coffee Talk. You're on with Karen B.
Hey, I just have a piece of advice for Dennis. That would take, for a whole tree, that would take way too much salt to think that you're going to kill a tree that way.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, that'll work for small plants, but an established tree, I mean, you'd have to put gigantic mountains of salt around the tree over and over and wait for it to rain and all
I've
that.
never tried to do it, so I don't know. I don't know if he's talking about putting a pile of salt there and then watering it or what. I have no idea.
However, I have heard and seen years ago on, I think, YouTube, people do that by getting a device that's strong enough to inject into the trunk of a tree diesel fuel. If you inject it into the tree, you can kill a tree that way easily. However, I would never, of course, advise anyone to do such a thing because it's illegal, but I've heard that works.
Okay.
And when Dennis was laughing at you saying, I don't know what to do, we're having a fucking hurricane. Oh my God. Yeah, I'm with you, Karen. I'd have no idea what to do either. Everything's in a shambles. Give me a break. I mean, what can you do at that point other than laugh? And it brought to mind that freaky chick in that video when you guys were forced to just have the event outside that hotel.
Mm-hmm.
The chick that was going on and on about how horrible Oktoberfest was, that was insane. She was insane.
Oh,
you know
that
what I'm
one
talking
woman,
about?
the woman that was complaining on Run Boston Bears channel.
I think so. She was going on and on about how horrible Karen is, and I can't believe how awful Oktoberfest is. And there's a fucking hurricane going on, and
Yeah.
Music camp is completely destroyed with fallen trees. I don't know. People are weird. People are just weird.
They are.
I thought about making a joke. I don't know if you'll find it funny, but I have to wonder if those wildfires were started by Jaren.
Oh God.
And one last completely unrelated thing, if anyone wants to stop thinking about flat Earth for a while and the stupid soap opera going on. I fell down a rabbit hole last night that I'm just getting started with, but have you ever heard of split brain people where they have epilepsy so badly that as a last resort, they'll do brain surgery on them and cut the two hemispheres of the brain apart? In other words, deep between the two hemispheres, there's a corpus callosum set of fibers that connect the two halves of your brain.
Mm-hmm.
They'll actually sever that. They'll sever that so that the seizures at least don't spread from one hemisphere to the other. So there's actually people walking around that have their brain completely severed in two between the left hemisphere and the right. You ever heard about that?
No, that sounds freaky.
I know. And so in the kind of early 1900s, someone volunteered to do it for the first time to try it because their epilepsy was so bad and dangerous. And these people end up walking around like normal people.
Huh?
I know, it's mind-blowing. So then they volunteer to do all kinds of really interesting experiments to understand how the two hemispheres work. So the left hemisphere controls the right side of your body and the right controls the left. But these people end up recovering and people can't tell the difference, and the patient can't tell the difference either. They feel the same. But there's freaky stuff going on. It's really complicated, and I'm just starting on the rabbit hole, so it's a little hard to explain, but they can show them, they can split their field of view and show the right eye a picture of something, and the left hand can draw it, but the right hand can't. Really interesting stuff like that. Or they can show them a word so that they can read it with their left eye only, and they can't, they say, no, I didn't see a word on the screen. But then they give them a pencil and a piece of paper and say, well, just draw what's in your mind. And they can draw a picture of what the word was if they see it with their left eye. Isn't that weird?
That is weird.
Anyway, it's really interesting, and so they started getting even philosophy professors involved, and where I am right now in the rabbit hole, they're trying to figure out if there's actually two different persons with the two hemispheres of the brain or not. Anyway, I just thought I'd throw that out there. Anyone wants to engage their mind in something interesting that's not the soap opera.
Right.
Okay, that's all I had.
All right, thanks for calling.
Okay, bye.
How much salt will kill a tree? It can take a lot of salt to kill a tree. The salt has to interrupt the process at the roots, so it has to flow through the soil. It's why trees near Canadian roads are more susceptible to death by salt, but the circumstances still need to be right. If you need to kill a tree, there are many good reasons. Salt can be the best solution, especially if you're not comfortable with herbicides. Mix a solution with a very high amount of salt. 2 cups of water with 1 cup of salt should do it. Drill holes around the roots and pour your solution into the holes. Reapply the solution every few days. The job should be complete after a few pours for small trees, but it can take a couple of weeks to affect larger trees. Why would you want to kill a tree with salt? Of course, you probably want to protect your trees from salt, which can be a challenge in the winter. De-icing agents sprayed on the road are easily picked up by vehicles and wind, turning trees nearby brown and appear burnt where the spray hits the leaves and needles, blah blah blah. So, according to this, you can do it, but it could take a while. So, I don't know. As the world turns. I'm tempted to go look at something, but it's related to drama, so I'm gonna refrain. I'm trying to not. You guys are bad influences. We think about... Hey, Ben, you're here too. Do you know anything about squirrels? About saving squirrels? Because I have this freaking squirrel, and the squirrel rescue isn't calling me back. Thank you for calling Coffee Talk. You're on with Karen B.
Hey, Karen B. It's Tony Coriolis.
Hey, what's up, Tony?
Hey, I was going to joke that I just want to talk about Jaren today, but I'm not even going to joke about that. So, past that, I'm definitely going to try out that salt method. We have so many, like, thorny plants out here in Arizona, and there's, like, one patch over by my skate park where just whenever it floods, it kind of always gets water there. I told Ted I was going to maybe plant some of the loofahs over there, but I figured people would take them and just break them over the skate park, so I didn't do it there. But either way, they're getting water somehow there. I'm going to test out salt. I'm going to see if I can get a bunch of cheap salt and just throw it there. I hate those things. They, no matter what, with the leather gloves, they always poke me a bunch, and yeah, it's hard to keep it cleaned up. So I'm going to be using salt over there.
Yeah. Good.
Totally.
Well, let us know how it goes.
What was that?
I said, let us know how it goes.
I definitely will. You know me, I'm talkative. I'll call in here. I'll let everyone know. But then I was going to say, that guy saying about the whole left side, right side of the brain could be, you know, two different people type of thing. I don't know. I do find all that stuff interesting because a year ago today, and I have, I guess, a follow-up question on this. So on 3/3 last year is when I got into my car accident. You remember me calling in saying 24 hours from it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that was on Sunday last year, but now today it's on a Monday. So is it 364 days or 365 days since it? It's 4, right?
Well, I don't know. Are
I'm
you
just confused
including
with
the
the
day
fact
or
that-
not?
yeah.
I guess it depends if you want to include that last day or not.
Yeah, I just can't think. I guess 52 weeks exactly, because then that would line up with the Sunday would be 364, right? So then today would be 365. Is that how that works?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, I just said also, it was one of my call-ins from Italy, because I went to Italy that same week, how I got into the car accident. The first one had me feeling like retarded to the left side of my brain. I got hit. And then the one that happened to the right side kind of just cleared me up. And I just definitely noticed a difference. And it's not like the same exact damage happened to me, both car accidents. But just something happened to my left side, something happened to my right side, and totally different reaction from my body. So I don't know. I think that dude is kind of going somewhere. Welcome to him to call in and talk more about that if he finds anything out.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, totally. It resonated with me. And then one other thing that, like, so, okay, if I just wanted to one other thing I spitballed around with, but I don't like it when people say, like, oh, this is how it is, this is how it works. I just like kind of spitballing around to certain things. So I said how that, ceiling Michelangelo painted in the Vatican, how it used to be the stars. And I don't know, since then, I've thought, like, well, interesting, because they have 12 triangles on it. And then, how would that work if the stars were drawn, like, I don't know, as they imagined it, just on a flat roof, but it was like 3 parallel flat surfaces up on the roof? I don't know. And I'm okay with spitballing around with that. It's kind of a loose thought, but I'd never go around like, oh, because that was how the stars was. That is what it is. I'm just still questioning it all. And I like sitting in the stance of questioning stuff rather than it's this, and I'm seeing people do that. It's strange. And to anyone that has any Jaren questions, you can call in, but no one who's coming here to talk shit about Jaren and laughing about it. And people just like talking shit. It's weird, but you can call him, just so you know, on Thursday if you all want, whoever's commenting stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But yeah, just okay. One last couple little things. We got the eclipses this month. Do you know if those are going to be visible from you or anything?
Yeah, there's a lunar eclipse that's this month is visible here in the United States.
Nice.
The total lunar eclipse. Yeah.
And then the solar one, no.
I don't think so, because the last solar eclipse was in April, and that's the last eclipse in America for like 20 or 40 years or something stupid like that.
Yeah, I gotcha. I just know I got some little book that says like astronomy stuff in it, and it points out like the significant days of stuff that would happen. And it said for the September ones, it said not visible in the U.S. for both of them. But then for the March ones, it didn't say not visible in the U.S. So just wondering.
Yeah.
And then just lastly, I'm just hopping point to point to point. But the Saturn doing that move where it's going to be like a knife blade, not showing the rings.
Mm-hmm.
Did you happen to check it at all or get any shots pre the rings disappearing?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, no pressure. There's a lot of distractions out there, and yeah, a lot of action nowadays.
I had these puppies and all these animals. It's like taking over my life, and I can't do it.
Totally. I actually missed what was the squirrel thing at the start? I came in a little late. What was that?
Oh, I have this squirrel, this baby squirrel that got orphaned in our yard, and we left it out there overnight, you know, thinking that mom would come get it or whatever, and it didn't. And the next day it was still crying on the side of the tree, and it climbed down to Ted. And I was reading that if the squirrel willingly climbs down to you, that's a good indication that it's been abandoned. So it couldn't find its mom, and now I have it, and I'm trying to get a hold of these squirrel wildlife rescues that are local here so they can take the squirrel, because I don't need to take care of any more animals, but they're not calling me back, and I might be stuck with the squirrel, and I have no idea what to do with it.
You know, me here in the park, if there's any like a bird or a squirrel or something, they don't do nothing. It seems like in the park, because we'll have that situation sometimes where someone reports, oh, this bird's injured. It sucks how they, you know, they're animal people, but they don't care about the little guys like that. But we do have a squirrel guy here in my park, and his name is Dennis, actually, as well. And at one point, he goes around and he feeds all the squirrels. It's like his thing. He comes here every day. Really cool dude. But he found like a blind squirrel, so that's the only one that he like took home to, I don't know, take care of. But he found a blind squirrel, and that's the only one that he took home. But all the rest of his squirrel pets are here in the park.
Mm-hmm.
My boss doesn't like the guy, but I like the guy, a well-intentioned guy. And I just think, I don't know, the people coming up here talking shit, I mean, sure, mild shit, whatever, but just, come on, people, just be a well-intentioned person, you know. That's all I'm trying to be. I think you all should do the same, and a lot of you are. I like a lot of these people over here.
Yeah.
But to the shit talkers, buzz off.
Yep, I agree.
Yep. Well, all right, Karen, it's windy out here. I'm just doing a bunch of shit. So thank you for taking my call.
All right, take care. Thank you for calling.
All right. Peace.
Peace. Oh my God. Are you kidding me? When did you hand them this idea, Mark? This is so cheesy. You guys, I'm gonna show this. Oh my God. Is this for real? Is this a real thing right here? That's hilarious. Oh my God. Had no idea flying squirrels live here. Don't know anything about squirrels. Damn! I don't know. This is so cheesy. This is incredibly cheesy. Dramalicious. Dude, it just... What is the deal? Cats are the most evil things to love. I know, they're so murderous. They are so murderous. Like, dude, my cat literally bit the face off of a cardinal. Like, I went outside and in my driveway there was just this cardinal beak with some red feathers stuck on the edge of it. Like, she literally bit his face off. Yeah, so there will be a lunar eclipse March 13th through the 14th coming up, 10 days, right? On the next full moon, we're going to have a total lunar eclipse, which will be visible from here. I'll see if I can stay up and record it. Although I've already recorded a lunar eclipse before, but yeah, it's cool. Will it be a blood moon? I think it does even turn into the blood moon. Yeah, eclipse starts. And it will be visible all of the United States. My cat killed everything until they hired a bald eagle to take it out. I felt bad, but karma bitches. Karen B and I are gonna knock the globe out when we do our final experiment, and when we do that with zero budget. She already did her part though, so you can just blame me for not finishing it in 8 years. Oh my god, Zach. Are you talking about the globe Earth versus reality? Cat got eaten by a bald eagle. Well, an eagle's big enough to eat a cat. I could see that happening. Foxes and mountain lions. I have too many cats. Yeah. And I guess the partial, there's going to be a partial eclipse, and it'll be partially visible from this from Maine, from like this upper, like, from this, only the very northeast of the United States will see a partial eclipse. So that's what's up with that. But we're not going to see the total eclipse for the solar eclipse. So that's the difference. But we will see, yeah, see, that's the most you're going to see. You get the smiley face. And then another partial eclipse in September. So that's the eclipse forecast for the next couple of months. Thank you for calling Coffee Talk. You're on with Karen B.
Hi, Karen. I had a question for you off topic. What are your thoughts on God creating water?
On God creating water?
Yeah, in Genesis it said he moved over the water, but it doesn't say like he spoke and then water appeared.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I've read Genesis many times, but I don't know.
Because what got me into flat Earth was I was researching how to get fluoride out of water, and then I got turned into watching all kinds of flat Earth videos and videos on water, and you know, it reacts to intention. You can send messages through it. 78% of the Earth is water, and it's all flat when undisturbed, and you can make glass and mirrors, and everything's leveled on the planet with liquid and water, and it's obviously flat. But you were saying flat Earth's getting kind of boring, and I'm like, maybe the focus should be back on a little bit on water and just how miraculous it is and how it completely destroys a globe.
Yeah, that's true. And I guess I
And
don't mean
as far as-
everything flat Earth is boring, but you know, just lately.
It's gotten kind of stale, right? I mean, we've done the experiments. We know it's not a globe, but to make it fun again, I've been thinking about that. I don't know quite how to do that.
Yeah.
The drama is really old.
Mhm.
I mean, just unsubscribe. That's all I'll say about you know who.
Mhm.
And yeah, so I just wanted your thoughts more on water and biblically too, because I looked it up one time just on the internet, and there's other religious folks who have pondered that question as well. When was water created by God?
Well, let's see. In Genesis 1:1, in the beginning Elohim created the heavens and the earth, and then 2, and the earth came to be formless and empty, and darkness was on the face of the deep, and the spirit of Elohim was moving on the face of the waters. So this is almost saying, like it says, and earth came to be formless and empty, so it's like that's maybe that see, and I kind of think this too, like the way that the earth is made of minerals, right? Minerals and crystalline type of material, right? Crystals, quartz, salt, all of that is crystalline material. And crystals form from a supersaturated slurry. So maybe what it is everything started as like sort of one big mass glob, like the supersaturated crystalline slurry. And then from that, everything started to grow and separate and like went to like different things started forming. And then the earth comes out of the water, blah, blah, blah. So,
okay.
So I guess the way I'm seeing it right now, when I'm looking at it, is like that was the first stage of earth, was the water. I don't know.
Okay, that would make sense. And then it almost seems like God is water, or in the water, of the water. Because, you know, blood, 90% of the human body, water, the earth, consciousness. Like, I don't know who the Japanese guy was that studied water, where it was reacting to intention.
Yeah.
You could even send messages across the sea through the water, and it would come out the other end and be able to be understood. Anyway, it's just something I ponder once in a while. You know, if God is omnipotent. Anyway, I don't know where I'm going with that, but do you kind of get my train of thought?
Yeah. Yeah, I get you.
Okay. Yeah, so anyway, this is how I got started with Flat Earth, trying to get fluoride out of water.
Mm-hmm.
I, past 6-7 years, I've been drinking only distilled water, nothing else, liquid.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah, I feel healthier, I feel good. Haven't been to the doctor in 20 years, haven't been to the dentist in 30. So you don't need it for your teeth. As far as it making them harder. I hear bonds, the only way to get fluoride out of water is to use carbon, which is bone, right? So that fluoride is sticking to your bones. It's probably got osteoporosis, making your teeth brittle. It's terrible for the body. Anyway, I'm going off on too many tangents. I won't take up too much more of your time.
Mm-hmm.
But I just thought that I wanted your thoughts on basically the water in the Bible and when it was he created water. So anyway.
Yeah, sounds like it was all one thing.
Yeah.
And then all the different elements were separated from that one thing.
Okay. Which Was water or
Uh,
the one thing? Oh, you said
it just says the deep or the waters. I mean, it just says the deep. Let's see if I can find a different. Let's see. Of the
if the firmament separates the waters above from the waters below, and God's in the water above the firmament. I don't know. It seems like water is the key.
Yeah.
To me.
Oh, I agree. Water is definitely it's like the it's the carrier of all of the minerals and materials, right? Everything can be carried in the water. Actually, Ben has brought up before that when people talk about water memory, the memory is not actually in the water, it's in the minerals or the salts that are dissolved in the water. And that's actually what's carrying the information, which actually makes sense to me, but I don't know 100%, but it makes sense to me that it would
cool.
be
I've
like
never heard that before.
Yeah, because you can make like saltwater batteries, and it's basically because it's running off the energy of the salt is the one causing the conducting the electricity. So I don't know. It's interesting. It's interesting for sure. So the root word for the deep that is here, it says that it also means roar or multitude, a group, abundance, many. So sounds like everything, like it was just everything. You know how it's sort of like there's certain things that they use in like the heliocentric model, like certain sayings they say when they're describing, modern science, like, oh, Earth is in the Goldilocks zone where it's just the right, time for life. Well, I think that is true in our realm, because if you go way up high, there's low pressure, it's super cold, it's uninhabitable for humans, and the further down you go, the pressure increases more, and down at the bottom of the ocean, that's not habitable for humans either. So here on the Earth's surface, we literally are living in the Goldilocks zone that is prime for supporting life. And the other thing that they say is where they talk about like humans or everything coming from the primordial soup and then evolving. Well, the primordial soup, in my opinion, is the great deep, the everything, the thing from which the creator had everything come, right? That is the original primordial soup, in my opinion. So I think they take things like that or sayings like that have like a ring of truth to them, and then they just spin it on a different direction and make you think it thinks something else, which is why I think it's hard for people to come out of it.
Yeah, that makes total sense. And I think you're on my wavelength. That it is everything. It all came from there. Mm-hmm. So yeah, fascinating. Thank you. I'll look into some more of the mineral stuff, and I haven't revisited in so long about reacting to intention and like you said, storing memories and all of that. But that's the journey that led me to Flat Earth. So I just thought I'd share that with you and everybody. And as a side note, can I ask you, what is your personality type? Do you do MBTI at all? Are you an ENTJ?
I forget. I took the test, but I forget what it was that my result was. I'd have to look it up again. But I have taken it. Okay.
I was just curious. A lot of intuitive types, I think, are led to Flat Earth. Because we just know when we're being lied to, when we're being misled, just intuitively. Mm-hmm. Like, yeah. So, and lastly, I know no drama, won't talk. Patricia, is she okay? I just saw the last Strange World, and she's deleted her channel and all that. I haven't heard anything further. I was just curious.
I guess she seems to be okay. I mean, I don't talk to Patricia a whole lot offline or behind the scenes or anything like that. She did message me. It was cordial. I don't have any problems with her. She just seems like, I don't know.
Like she's over it again, huh?
I guess.
Yeah. I don't see how you can, flip flop, or you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
once you go flat, you never go back.
I know people say that, but who knows what goes on in people's heads? I don't know.
Yeah. And to each their own,
Mm-hmm.
moving on.
Exactly.
All right, thanks so much for your time, Karen. I won't hog the line here, but I'll call back in some other time too.
All right.
It was great talking to you.
Okay, good. You too. Thanks.
All right, take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Karen B. The Deep is the name of the dragon Tiamat from the Unima Elish book. That's why the deep doesn't make sense in Genesis. Well, I didn't say it doesn't make sense. I mean, it could be from there are similar stuff across all the creation stories, though. God is a chef who found a working kitchen. That's funny. She's an INTP, I would guess. I took the thing, but I can't remember. I can't remember what it was. The first two letters were INT, but the last letter I can't remember. I would have to... I don't remember. Because we are so too traumatized to talk about Old Yeller. I still can't think about my favorite dog dying without a lot of pain. Dude, I'm telling you, I miss Sir Remington. Lost my boy. Sucked, man. What do you say about the Gene Hackman story? Oh, I turned puppy cam off because they weren't there. Let me see if they're back in front of it now. Yeah, they're kind of out of view of the camera right now. That Cujo, not Old Yeller. I am INFPT. Oh, I think mine had an F in it. Mine might have had that F in it. What does the F mean? F means feeling, overthinking. That could be me. You're a wizard? Ben's a wizard. Whoa, it's 12 already? Yeah. I'm gonna have to figure out what the... Oh! Hey, the squirrel person got back! Yay, I'm gonna take the squirrel to this lady in Shelby. The squirrel person just got back, said, sorry, I've been tied up this morning and just saw your text. If you still need help with the squirrel, I'll be glad to take him in if you can bring him to me in Shelby. Yay! I found someone to take care of the squirrel. This makes me happy because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing with squirrels. And I don't want it to die because I don't know what I'm doing. Thank you for calling Coffee Talk. You're on with Karen B.
Hi, Karen.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. I just thought I would call in to ask whether, as flat or globe Earth, anyone has compared the movement of the sun in the southern hemisphere compared to the northern one?
What do you mean?
The sun sets in the east, rises in the east and sets in the west across the whole of the Earth.
Mm-hmm.
However, there's such an anomaly for Antarctica where TFE was showing that it sets in the west, rises in the west and sets in the east. So I was wondering what a simple comparison would be to get people in the southern hemisphere to show that it rises in the east. Because I have heard Globe Channel saying that the sun rises in the west.
No, the sun always
people on
rises.
YouTube.
No, it always rises in the east and sets in the west.
Yeah, exactly. But I have heard some Globe Channels during their debates saying, no, once you go below to the other side of the equator, that you're starting to be upside down on the globe, and therefore you would see it rising in the west, and it's just not true. You're right, it does rise in the east, everywhere on the
it's
Earth.
still rising in the east. It's just because you're on the other side of the equator that it's going from left to right instead of right to left. Or the other way around, whatever it is. Right to left, or you know what I mean? It looks like it's going the other direction just because you're on the other side of it.
I see what you mean, but it doesn't look like it's going in the other direction. None of the channels has ever shown that, apart from with TFE. They haven't shown it actually looking like it's going in the other direction, because it doesn't look like that.
I don't know.
So, I mean, don't you think it would be a really good experiment to do? Because, some of the experiments you discuss and talk about are fascinating, and I think that would be a really easy one to show people. It doesn't look like it's going backwards when you're in the southern hemisphere.
Well, I'm not really sure. I know that the east and west switch sides. Like if you're looking north, east is on the right and west is on the left. So the sun would appear when you look south to go left to right. That's what it is. So when you're on the other side of the equator, it flips. It goes right to left.
Yeah, but they also say that the moon is upside down if you're in the southern hemisphere, and that's not true either. If you go on Google and you look at some CGI generated images of the moon, they try and make it look like it's upside down in the southern hemisphere. But if you look at amateur photography of the moon, it's never upside down, no matter what hemisphere you're in. So it's a challenge, if you like, to what the globe community say on YouTube. I mean, because these are arguments I never came across when I was studying science. This is like a totally new kind of internet thing where they say the moon is upside down, for instance.
Well,
And
you're
it's
just
not.
seeing it from a different perspective. It's not upside down. It's just that your perspective of it has changed.
Yeah, but it still looks the same. If you view the moon from Hong Kong, it looks the same as viewing the moon from Scotland.
Well,
It doesn't change.
It would have a different
It's shape or perspective, or you don't see a different side of it. It looks exactly the same, just like the sun is still rising in the east. So they say, oh yeah, the moon's upside down when you're in the southern hemisphere, some of them, and that's just not true. So these are kind of basic points without even going into complicated math and physics that can be shown really easily. You must know flat Earth is in the southern hemisphere, right?
Yes.
ask them to take a photograph of the moon.
That's all been done.
It won't be upside down.
Well,
You have actual globes on YouTube saying it's upside down.
Well, you see it from a different perspective when you're south of the equator. So the features will be rotated a certain amount of degrees from how you'd see it in north of the equator. It's not really.
But they're not. They're not though. Honestly, prove it then. Prove it then with the community that the moon looks different from the southern hemisphere compared to from the north.
Why wouldn't it look different? Flat or globe?
It
Why
doesn't.
wouldn't? Yes, it does.
It doesn't look. It doesn't. Prove it looks different because it looks the same.
I mean, it's the same moon. It's just rotated different
Yeah.
a certain degree. It's just
It doesn't rotate.
Yes, it does.
In your vision at all.
Yes, it does.
Really?
Yeah.
Have you?
Yes,
where's
I've
the
done
proof
it.
of that?
I've done it where I've taken pictures of the full moon every hour throughout the night, and you can watch it. It's called field rotation. The rotation of the moon relative to your view on Earth does change throughout the evening. Yes, it does.
Okay, sorry, I don't know where you stay. Are you talking from a southern hemisphere point of view?
From both, no matter where you are, if you're southern or northern, it will do that.
And you've tested this concurrently with someone else, one in the north and one in the southern hemisphere, like doing either time lapse or photograph or filming the moon, and showing that there are different orientations or angles at the same time, say within a 24-hour period, because obviously night and day are different. Apart from in China, where you've only got one time zone across the whole place, continent. But you'd need to do a concurrent comparison. You can't just say, well, look, it's a slightly different angle, therefore, the southern hemisphere globe, you start moving upside down, and the moon suddenly looks different. If you compare them at the same time, there's not going to be a sudden squinty moon appearing. The moon stays the same. But don't you think it would be a really good, basic, easy to do experiment? I mean, it could be done.
Well, what do you think that's going to prove?
It could be done tomorrow. It could be done tonight. Couldn't it?
Sure.
I've got a really bad camera, but I could photograph the moon if you want. Send you pictures. If it's out tonight, it wasn't out last night.
Yeah, well, we've got people that live in south of the equator that have looked at all this stuff, like Iru Landucci, he's from Argentina and all that stuff. So it's like, I mean, it doesn't really prove anything either way. I'm not really sure.
It does, because people who say that it's a ball say that what you've just said, that the moon starts to move round to a different angle in the southern hemisphere and compared to from looking at the northern hemisphere.
Yeah, the face of it
And
rotates.
Okay, well, don't you think that would be a good experiment? I mean, I love experiments, don't you?
Well, I don't think it's really counts as an experiment, and also, if you're trying to prove flat Earth, you should be looking at the Earth, not the sky.
Oh, no, because that's moving the goalpost now, because we've been talking about the moon for the whole conversation. And it is an experiment because the hypothesis is, from GLOBE, that the moon will start to look as if it's upside down the further south you go in the southern hemisphere, until it looks completely upside down in Antarctica, where the sun suddenly rises in the west and sets in the east. So it is an experiment because that's a hypothesis, and you can prove or disprove it.
Okay. I mean, okay, somebody go do it again.
Yeah, I'll help. I mean, people want definitive proof, don't they? We all do. There's a lot of personal attacks and slurs online, but, here's some simple stuff that can be done.
I didn't do that. The call dropped. I don't know what happened. She's not understanding the motions of the luminaries, though. The perspective of how you see the features on the moon does change based on where you are on the plane. Like, that's just how it is. Even Zack was saying, you know, if you know the features of the moon, you can tell where you are by looking at the features of the moon, where you are on the plane. Like, because it's different. Everybody has a different perspective looking at the face of the moon, depending on where you are on the plane. So anyway, I'm going to close the phones because I really want to get this little squirrel over to this rescue. So I'm going to get going. Is one talking horizontal and one talking vertical flipping? Yeah, I'm not sure. TFE showed right to left, which is still east, rising in the east and setting in the west, because you're just looking at it from the south instead of looking at it from the north. The moon never looks upside down from anywhere. We only seen one side of the moon. That's what I'm saying. Like, I wasn't really understanding what she meant by saying the moon's upside down. I know you just take off, yeah, Catherine, I don't think you need to look more into the luminaries and how they work, because that's not really a proof of anything either way. All right, you guys, thank you for joining me for another episode of Coffee Talk. I am going to go ahead and get this little squirrel to the rescue so that somebody can save it, because I don't know what I'm doing. And then I can just continue to save the critters that I do know how to save, like puppies and cats and chickens and shit. All right. Everybody have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you for joining me for another episode of Coffee Talk. And yeah, that's it. Have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful week. You can send physical mail to P.O. Box 10, Earl, North Carolina, 28038. You can also follow me on Ko-Fi.com, and if you enjoy my shows and want to send me a tip, anything and everything is greatly appreciated, and thank you. And it's official. Flat Earth Festivals has been retired. It was great fun while it lasted, and I hope you all cherish the memories we made at Flattoberfest as much as I do, and it was a pleasure to watch so many online friendships become in real life friendships over the years. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time.